I don't actually know how to start these videos. Maybe I'll come up with an intro later. I don't know. Who knows? So I'm just gonna go for it. All right. So I was at Walmart the other day, right? I was getting my oil changed, and I was trying to come up with a video idea. So then I thought, oh, I'll just go to the $5 bin and pick a movie and talk about it. And I came across Rogue with Megan Fox, a 3-in-1 movie collection with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I will probably review at some point. And finally, Ape vs. Monster. I didn't want to buy those movies though because I could probably just find it cheaper on Amazon or somewhere to stream or rent or whatever. And I was not about to spend $5 on these movies. Also, Walmart has the gall, the audacity to put Shrek 2 in the $5 bin, but Shrek 1 in the $7.50 bin, as if it's a thong isn't one of the greatest lines in movie history. So I looked at the movies when I got home, and Ape vs. Monster was streaming on Amazon. So I watched it, and it was bad. It was very bad. It was a terrible movie. It was
Truly a horrible movie.
So what is Ape vs. Monster? Ape vs. Monster is a mockbuster, which means that it's a movie that tries to ride on the coattails of a legitimate blockbuster so they can make some cash. And we all know what blockbuster that is, right? Yeah. Toy Story 4. It's Toy Story 4. There are so many things wrong with this movie. The shot, the CGI, the B-roll, the writing and dialogue, the logic. But, you know, those are just a few things, you know, whatever. It's like not even a big deal. Name one movie that has good writing and dialogue. Ugh. So I'll try to hit all the things as best I can, but there's just so much that I'm probably gonna have to take some out just for time's sake. But also, I found out the director of the film is from Colorado. So represent or whatever. I don't know if we should be ashamed of that or not. But before we get into it, I want to thank today's sponsor, Nobody. Nobody has one crap to give you, and having nobody helps you realize your loneliness and regret. Having nobody when you sleep allows you to contemplate the meaning of life and the purpose of it all. And don't worry, there's also nobody when you wake up. Nobody's in your apartment when you leave for work, when you come back home, when you cook, clean, watch TV, write a script for a video that only 14 people will see because you asked them to. Nobody is ever present. If you'd like to have Nobody, use the link in the description below. Or go to Nobody's website and use promo code. Paul has friends, he really does. He is just doing this joke for a bit. Seriously, don't read too much into it, please and thank you. To have Nobody at your door in 7 to 10 business days. And if you use the promo code in the next 30 days, Nobody will give 2 craps instead of just the 1. Once again, thank you to Nobody for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the content. So, we start out with this minute-long intro of stock space footage from the 80s that is so intense for no apparent reason at all. I can't figure it out. I don't know why it's that intense. But just listen to this, dude. After that roller coaster ride of an intro, you met with your first taste of the awful CGI in this movie and an aerial clip of Langley, Virginia.
Nora, this is ISS. We just had a close encounter with a UAP. Any information on this?
It wasn't one of our satellites. I'm forwarding this inquiry.
Oh, sorry. Did you not get that? Don't worry. They play that clip 13 times in the movie. I'm not kidding you. 13 times they play that same aerial clip. 13. Then you get greeted with this exceptional pun.
You kids are always monkeying around.
Get introduced to the main character, Dr. Murphy, because space. And one of my favorite characters, this guy.
What's the rate of descent?
It's falling at 28,000 feet per second. ISS has visual contact.
Lab Tech Jones, which if you ask me, sounds like the name of a rapper.
Hey, yo, Labs, you ready, cuz? Yeah, go on ahead with that beat, cuz. Alright, hit it. Watching me go hard on the beat the first time I sneak attack. I never thought I'd make 8 verse with monster track. It's in my mind, my heart, it's in my very being. I'm introduced and asked to see what they are seeing. 28,000 feet per second, mister. ISS says they just got a picture. I'm holding out and I see what I got. My mind is racing all along the best of me destiny. I can't believe I'm facing. Lab Tech Jones, Lab Tech Jones, Lab Tech Jones. Lab Tech Jones.
You find out that the thing that was falling to Earth was a space shuttle called the Elb, which is apparently a big deal, I guess. It cuts to the landing of the shuttle in New Mexico, and that's when you start to notice something weird. Like just something's off. Like something just doesn't feel right. Then you notice that every single clip is just a little bit too long. There's some pretty good examples of this throughout the movie, which I cannot wait to show you, but here's just a taste. Cut to the Pentagon, and you're now introduced to more characters, some with disgusting cigars. Like, dude, what did you do to that? How did it get like that? There's an exposition dump, and Dr. Murphy explains that the Elbe is from 1985, when Russia and the US got together and shot a monkey into space so they could contact alien life forms, I guess. Then that would boost their economies. Okay. So they lost contact with the ship in 2007, and they deemed it a failure. Sucks to suck. So they set out a plan to retrieve it and sent the best available forces on the state of the occupant, which they assume is dead, but
we should proceed with caution.
Which is great because the number of murders from dead chimps continues to rise every year. So you also get the first taste of the audio problems that are like just woven into the movie. For example,
hold on, but we weren't conducting any joint missions with the Soviets back in the 80s.
It kind of sounds like they forgot to turn on the mic for that clip, and they just used the mic that was on the camera. And like the editor just didn't catch it or something. While all this is going on, you start to realize a couple things. One, that military guy in the background hasn't spoken yet, but I'm willing to bet that he looks down on women and has a southern accent. And two, you look at the guy with glasses and you go, wait a minute, I've seen this guy. What movie is he in? Oh, that's right, The Dark Knight. How do you go from being Malconey in arguably one of the greatest superhero movies of all time to Ape vs. Monster? Also, I was doing some research on him, and my guy, he's currently filming for 21 movies. 21. My man gets that grind, baby. Let's go! So they go to New Mexico and make sure everyone's okay with the plan.
Just don't post it on stinking YouTube.
And bring a rocket launcher because
when Russia's involved, better safe than sorry.
The next part is one of my favorite parts of the movie. The securing the perimeter, and the main character delivers this line.
The ship wasn't banged in. It was banged out.
Like, who says that, dude? Like, they couldn't come up with a better descriptor? This tube wasn't banged in. It was banged out. This wall wasn't banged in. It was banged out. This facility wasn't banged in. It was banged out. They also find a green substance there that makes Dr. Murphy suggest going back and regrouping. Then after these two beautiful wide-angle shots showing no monkey to be found anywhere even close to where they are, you finally get your first look at the ape. Coming out of nowhere? Check. Beating chest shot? Check. Killing the Homeland Security General we were introduced to just minutes before? Check. Wait, something's missing though. Oh, right. Gun not working? Check. The ape doesn't look great, which makes sense because the budget of the movie was only $100. But after Dr. Murphy falls and hits her head, because, of course she does, hooded person comes out and tranquilizes the beast, and now it's nighttime. And speaking of nighttime, that's Ollie. He's my pet dinosaur. That was a gift. That was a gift to me. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button. So hooded figure was Russian. Russian used to know Dr. Murphy from childhood. Seems to be bad vibes there for some reason. They talk about the goo and how it's not from here. And they brought the ape, Abraham, back to Langley. But oh, it's just starting to get good, baby. Because unbeknownst to them, they forgot some of the goo. And now a Gila monster is minding its own business, trying to get some water. And bam! It drank some goo. Back at Langley, the ape gets
1.5 meters greater in length than when first captured.
And we see the tension between added character Eva and Dr. Murphy. There are a lot of weird interactions that happens between them. It's all just really awkward.
Black, as I recall.
Black, like the heart of the space program.
We Russians know how to control our emotions.
Like at Oxford.
Also, the ape tries to escape, guns are drawn, and the whole scene is basically a plot device so the military guy can get mad and show that he doesn't like her. Which, shocker. Then they go to this weird scene where Russian girl Eva is just speaking Russian to a guy on a Zoom call. There's no subtitles, and we're just watching them speak Russian to each other.
Да, первый секретарь.
Like, why? What are we supposed to get here? We don't speak Russian, and we can't even see if they're liking or disliking something because Russian. So they cut to a desert scene where a soldier is being a soldier, and after a couple beautiful wide-angle shots showing no monster to be found anywhere even close to him, you finally get your first look at the monster. Coming out of nowhere? Check. Looking like Godzilla? Check. Killing the DoD soldier we met just minutes before? Check. But wait, we're missing something though. Oh, right. Lion going dead? Check. The monster doesn't look that great, which makes sense because the budget of the movie was only $100. But they get a live feed up with their surveillance cameras because, of course they do. They see a shadow and we get to see Dr. Murphy's genius.
Does that look like a tail to you?
Possibly, or just a glitch caused by interference.
A glitch. That's organic. A tail? Reptilian.
Like how, dude? How did you get that? Where did you get that from? Where did that come from? It doesn't even look like a tail. Oh, hey, remember when I mentioned the shots lasting just a little bit too long? Here's a great example.
The tail that size.
She goes out there because I don't really know why, actually. I've seen this movie probably 4 times at this point, and I don't actually know why. But she is. So my boy Lab Tech Jones and Dr. Murphy head out to the desert with a guy in military, and Lab Tech Jones does this Oscar-worthy performance.
I got a feeling.
Feelings put people out of business. That's how I lost my ex.
Zip it and keep scanning.
Oh, come on, at least I know how to wear a harness, honey. Oh, God. Oh, God.
They find Body and she calls Maroney. And he answers on this red landline, which, as I was watching it, I couldn't help but think about those Fisher-Price phones with the faces on them. Totally changes the mood. Totally changes it. Also, Maroney delivers this line.
They bungled it.
Which, thank you, Scott Cramer. I now know exactly what that is. Murph and Maroney talk about how this is a disaster from the start, blah, 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 not really important. But in the end, Maroney tells Murph of an unidentified creature heading east. Maroney gives Murph the coordinates and asks her to check it out on her way back to Langley. Scene ends. Back at Langley, yep, they use that shot again. The audio that you can manage to hear describes the alien substance as deteriorating when it's exposed to this environment, but Eva wants to preserve the alien life form by injecting it into Abraham because she doesn't want to kill the first contact with alien life that we've ever had. So,
Everything must go!
into Abraham. Back in the desert, they get close to the coordinates that Maroney sent them, and they see a train heading towards a broken bridge. As my boy Lab Tech Jones is in the middle of playing his Nintendo Switch, they try and call the DOT. And the signal goes out because, of course it does. The monster comes out, grabs the train, and throws it right at them. They stop, and guy in military says that they have to continue on foot because the bridge was the only way across. Dozens of people, if not hundreds, were just killed on this train. And Lab Tech Jones has this to say.
I didn't prepare for hiking.
Like, dude, show some sensitivity, man. Show some shock for what you just saw. Like, dude. All right, we then go to Langley, and another scene where Eva is speaking in Russian still doesn't help. Then she's told that they haven't been in contact with the gang for a while, and then she gets up and leaves the room. The scene cuts to a helicopter flown by the Russian. And we get another example of exceptional writing.
This baby's got 16 Hellfire missiles with thermobaric warheads, 10 Hydra rockets, and a 30mm chain gun to bust the table.
Yes, but can it shoot?
The gang is gone for all of 3 minutes of screen time, and Eva comes to save them. But not before the monster shows up. Oh, and a guy in military dies. Eva fights off the monster with some guns, and you get this exceptional audio. Eva,
Fire more rockets!
and the monster digs a hole and runs away. A man just got stepped on and killed by a giant Gila monster, and Eva has this to say when she finds the 2 of them.
Anyone home? You ready to go back to work, or is that your new lab down there?
Like, dude, show some sensitivity, man. Let's see some shock for what you just saw. So it cuts to Langley and the ape has gotten loose. So Russian girl showcases her acting skills, and the director showcases his, directing skills?
Close the door! Close the door!
It's so awful, dude. So bad. This part reminds me of the Kurtis Conner video where he does the Pinocchio impression.
When can I leave to be on my own?
So funny, dude. Also, it's really funny. Her X-ray actress photo is a screenshot of this scene. Of all the scenes, they picked this one. Also, we're approaching 20 minutes of video time for this bad boy. So we're gonna have to skip some stuff, which sucks because there's so many terrible things, and I wish I could talk about them all, but I'm really just doing you a favor. So here's some added context clips that I thought were funny, and I'll try and summarize the story as best I can.
I want to see the surveillance video.
You know it?
Yeah, I know it. Went fishing there when I was growing up.
That is GPS.
Smart monkey.
He hasn't hit any major population. There's nothing personal here, sir. I haven't spoken to my father in over 10 years.
You reported.
Abraham's back. We must find there's no safe place to pull over.
If you want to fight, go to Capitol Hill.
No.
But what are they? You've lost your mind. It's happened. It's official. Yeah, you've lost your mind. It's incredible.
Good God.
Calm down, General.
Irregardless.
Powers that be don't share the patience of scientists. Where are the targets currently headed?
They appear to be converging, sir.
Where? Come on, man, where?
I don't know.
One swift swoop, General.
Tanks are tinker toys.
Looks like I failed you again, daughter.
Patch me through to Dr. Murphy.
Get in the car.
Hit it. Whoa. Easy there, Bullet.
Get me Murphy.
Watch the road! Nothing's sure in science, Jones. You know that. Until it's proven.
So to catch you up, they found out that the alien goo was actually something that if it's in you, then the aliens can control you. And they're using this to destroy the US Capitol, which would then crumble the world? I guess? Abraham and the monster make their way to DC, and they're trying to get control back to Abraham through a device that's in a box in a van down by the river on top of a parking garage. Dr. Murphy takes like an hour to put this thing together, then they do this to my boy. The worst part is that they literally only gave us 5 seconds to mourn him. He was with us the whole movie, and that's it? I mean, to be fair, it'd be worse though if they had 40 years of franchise history and lore built around this character. For him to get killed and thrown down a shaft like a villain and only get 58 seconds with him. I'm looking at you, JJ. I'm looking at you. But hey, now the exciting part starts. We are an hour and 19 minutes into this movie and we're finally getting to the action. We're finally seeing what the title suggests. Ape versus Monster. Dr. Murphy gets to show off her exceptional acting skills. But oh no! It looks like the monster might be getting the upper hand. Have no fear. The Russian come to save day. Alright. Well, at least we still got some sweet Ape versus Monster fighting. That was it? That was like 1 minute and 56 seconds of screen time. And only 22 seconds of them actually fighting. Let me check to see if it's still recording before I lose my mind. Alright, cool. You're telling me that I spent the last hour and 20 minutes watching this movie for 22 seconds of fighting? That's so... So they didn't kill Abraham after all, and Dr. Murphy gets to research him. That's the movie. That's it. That is Ape vs. Monster. It's not a great movie. Maybe think twice about watching a movie from the $5 bin at Walmart.